What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the one, the only, the WyOriginal podcast, brought to you by your host. It's me, Jared.
Angel Maldonado.
Dominic Syracuse.
And as you guys can see today, it is just us. We wanted to get back to our roots and have us just have conversations with each other. This is how it kind of all started. Us just,
y'all remember this?
Talking to each other.
Yeah. Here's the thing. We spent so much time over the summer covering all sorts of crazy events, helping everybody out. But today, this is a big deal. We wanted to get back to our roots because this is episode 10 of the WyOriginal podcast. And let me say something. I was so excited. This was such a big deal to me that this is the 10th episode that I made sure that I slept in. Angel had to call me and I showed up 2 hours late.
Yo, it's always a pleasure though, because I'm talking to Jared this morning and I'm like, yeah, I'm about to pull up. What, you just got there? Oh yeah, like 2 minutes ago. I'm like, cool. Haven't heard from Dom though. So I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't even say I'll call you back.
Yeah.
Like, man, let me call this guy.
Yeah.
I felt like the phone just kept ringing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It did.
I think it was the 6th ring. And then I hear Angel.
Yeah.
So I was like, yep, I know what time this is.
Well, I wasn't even saying your name. I thought I was dead. That's how asleep I was.
And then you? I was like, I'm actually looking for the 12-year-old genius. And he's like, yes. I said, we have a WyOriginal podcast that we are recording.
Yes. Well,
So
you know what's even more funny, just to show, and I know that you all can relate to this. Okay, I know you can relate. So yesterday, my boys, we're gonna get into this. So my boys are playing football for their middle school. Right? Yeah. And so the thing is yesterday we had to drive an hour and a half into Nebraska to go play, the game, right? And the boys had to be at the school. The bus left at like 6:15 in the morning or something like that, right?
Yeah, I'm about to do that next week.
Yep. So I was like, man. So anyway, I set my alarm. I had to take the kids early, and then we had to pile up in the car and drive. And anyway, now, it's all coming back to me now. Remember how I said my alarm didn't go off? I was wrong. Now that I remember this is not what happened.
He said that's not true.
That's not true. No, what happened was my alarm went off and at early, and I woke up and I went, man, I must have not turned my alarm off from yesterday. And I turned it off. And then I went back to bed.
The truth comes out.
And then about an hour later, Angel called me and he was like, where are you? We are doing a thing that was supposed to start 30 minutes ago. And I was like, Angel,
what's up?
What's going on?
Nonetheless, look at where we're at.
We here.
Yes,
we made
here
it
for y'all.
We're here.
And honestly,
we're doing it.
What Dom said, we haven't had a set like this. What Jared said also. We haven't had a set like this, how we started, because our wonderful community has so much to offer this whole summer. A lot of great things happening, a lot of people to focus on, businesses,
events,
organizations.
Yep.
There was just so much great value in our community.
A lot of good stuff
this whole summer. So it was a pleasure to exhaust all of it. Seriously.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's nice to be back though.
But we back.
We back. And the thing is, I mean, honestly, let's start with this, because I think we all had a pretty awesome summer. We got some pretty cool stuff going on. So let's wrap into it. Look, here's the thing. My summer was amazing. We got to do a bunch of awesome stuff together, which was super great. Not the least of which was We Got Your Back.
We got your back, baby.
Thank God, man.
Huge event.
Blessing, man. I'm still like soaking it all in, because it just never leaves right away. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, not to just bring it all out yet, we're gonna leave some of this for next year, but a few more sponsors came out.
Yes.
Got sponsors at the event. I got one last night. I don't want to share the new sponsors yet, because it's just exciting that people are now asking you.
Yeah, that's the
coming up to you.
Absolutely.
And it's like, wow, this weed thing is getting crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy. So it's beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
Well, it's your community.
Yeah,
we talk about this though. It's your community that it includes the community.
Right.
The biggest part is like, corporations, no knock to nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything is
help is help, but
really starting with an effort like out the mud.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
A great way to say that. Like, you're building a house out the mud.
Yes.
You never get to see the final product
right
away.
Yeah.
You're this building phase. So, and we're still in it.
It's
Yeah.
like,
we haven't even.
It's like those dudes in the jungle that makes pools from scratch.
Yes,
you watch
exactly,
it like 4 o'clock
exactly,
in the morning.
exactly, yes.
There you
I
go.
was thinking, I saw one where a guy was like, I'm gonna make this entire house of mushrooms. He's like, I'm gonna make this entire house made of mushrooms in a tree. And he's like, and then he spent the whole first half of the episode going like, listen, mushrooms are better than brick because they're mushrooms and you can smoke them if you want. And he's going on this whole thing. But he's very serious about how mushrooms are better than brick and they insulate better and everything's gonna be better. Oh, wow. And then he lays the whole thing down with mud. And then the next day he goes into his house and there are new mushrooms sprouting all over the place. And he was like, I did not think of this.
That's weird. I don't like that.
But not that we microdosing around here. But,
yeah, exactly.
But no, seriously, I feel like I had a construction loan.
Yes.
And I went out, and then you got to go get your subcontract.
Yep. Right. Right.
I feel like we're still in the phase of still building this beautiful thing, and we're gonna see it one day, and we're gonna look back and be like, "Wow, man,
yes,
this is amazing."
Absolutely.
And you know what's the best part about it? It's your local community,
business
owners, the people that thrive your community daily. You know what I mean? So now it's just like, I'm glad it's not nobody buying in. Everyone believes.
Yeah,
exactly.
See what I'm saying?
Well, that's it's funny. It's like because you said like it's great. Believe me, I've raised a lot of money for a lot of nonprofits, and there's nothing better than when someone comes up to you and is like, "Can I give you money?" Because
yes,
like that's the hardest because
yes, you can.
Normally it's you trying to convince people. Here's why you should donate. That's but also I think it's worth noting that only happens when you do the damn thing.
Yeah.
Like when it starts out, nobody, maybe rightfully so, but it's very difficult to have people get faith in something because they're like, you know what? I hear you. Like, it sounds like a great idea, but then there's all of the what ifs and I don't knows and uncertainties and whatever. And that's when you got like, all right, I'm just gonna go do this. And then you do it and you've done it. And this is what, third year we got your back?
Third year.
Yeah.
Third year. So now by year 3, we got just mountains of backpacks, school supplies.
So much support.
There was a car show. There was a dunk tank. We were there doing some live podcast, live broadcasting.
A lot of giveaways.
Oh man, we had a little kid come on with like winning a TV, and I'm pretty sure we gave a little girl $50 out of your pocket.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if we told you about this.
No, I don't think we did. So we. Bro, right after you took a picture with her, took a picture with her, she comes back and she was like, "Hey, we found this $50." I'm like, "I bet you that's Angel's," and we're like, "What is yours?"
Yeah,
we don't know for sure, so take that.
Well, you're probably right because I did have some money in my pocket that day. And, hey, well, it was all a given event, and I'm not upset about it. Somebody's probably happier for that day and today.
There you go. Yes, it was great.
Well, thanks for letting me know that now. But
it was actually, I wish we had it live because the camera feed cut out, right? And it was so sweet because this little, she was the cutest little girl, man. And she comes up and she's like, "I want a bike," and we're like, "Congratulations!" And then she goes by, and then she comes back so sweet, and she's like, "Excuse me. Somebody dropped this $50."
And it's like 1,000 people in there.
Yeah. And we were looking around and I looked at her and I was like, "Oh," and I looked back at Jared and Skip was there. And I was like, "Are we all thinking the same thing?" They're like, "Yep, we're all thinking the same thing."
Because we're like, I was like, we don't know who it is. There's 1,000 people in here. If you get on a mic and say, "Hey, did someone drop $50?" I might stand up.
Exactly. There's gonna be 100 people.
That's the video. We got your back. Look, we had hidden surprises.
That's right. Angel cared about it so much he was accidentally giving prizes away.
I was just, the energy was in the room. But on a good note, Dominic Jacoby, Zero Hero. Thank you for his efforts as well as Juice Box with Drop. But Dominic had like a very, very good point this year. He said, this video this year has to be a little more special.
Yes.
So I want to showcase something through WyOriginal, and we'll have a link to the actual footage of the documentary style video. Recap the whole event.
So Dom did a 5-minute documentary on, and by the way, talking about Dominic Jacoby, I'm not speaking about myself in the third person.
Zero
right now.
hero.
Yes, Zero Hero. Did an amazing documentary. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna throw to just a little recap of that video, and then in the description you can check out the whole thing after it's over.
Amazing work.
Check it out.
I want to start off by saying I want to thank the Most High. I want to thank God first, because without this possibility of Him giving the strength to move forward, to have this opportunity and possibility, and show my community that we're all tithing in this together to make a bigger effort, I just want to let that be known, because that's where the real passion comes from. So all respect to the Most High. My name is Angel Maldonado, the owner of the Presidential Barbershop. Me being a kid from Brooklyn, knowing the importance of what a haircut meant to go to school. And that's also what inspired me to be a barber myself, was just a haircut. And then I started chasing my dreams, and then I guess a goal of mine in inspiring my own dream was to give back. So to put kids back in school with fresh haircuts was a high importance for me. And then through that, utilizing the community to believe in the effort that you wanted to do, now we got your back.
And we're back. So as you can see, it was just an incredible event. All in all, it was just an amazing event.
All the way through, I just, and I walked in late. This is my first time being late at that event, but I walked in a little late, and it was already popping. And when I say late, I was like 20, 30 minutes late, but it was popping. It was already, I think Andrew did already 100 like heads. It felt like, there was kids everywhere. Everybody was happy. There was music. And there was a guy we interviewed. I don't know if you remember this. His kid won like a TV or a bike, and we stopped to talk to him. And I was like, hey man, how'd you hear about the event? He was like, I didn't. He was like, I was just at the park. I was at the park playing, I took my kids to the park. He was having a rough day, took his kids to the park, heard the music, smelled the food, came over, got a haircut, got a backpack, and won a bike. And I was just like, that means you were at the right place at the right time. You were meant to be here.
That's it. And one of my favorite moments was we got to interview the coaches for South High. South, their entire football team was there, which was amazing.
Johnson.
I'm sorry, Johnson. Well, Johnson's entire football team was there. Yes,
True.
Johnson's entire football team was there, and we got to interview Coach Smith and Coach Rose.
That's right.
And then they brought the team over. Now the bad part was the internet cut out and our microphones cut off during that interview.
But amazing interview.
But I'm telling you, I know no one could hear it. It was an amazing interview. It was a fantastic interview. But because it cut out, I really think we should invite him back on the show.
Oh, we will.
We'll reach out. We'll get them
we'll
both
reach out, get them on the show.
Let's
talk about the season.
Let's get their season going.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we'll get them on after the season.
But I'll tell you, here are the things that, like the recap stuff, that really impressed me about them. The reason they were there, the coaches were so big on saying, you know what? Football's great. We know the kids love football. We love football. But it's about being on the team is about so much more than just the game itself. And so that's why he was like, they pick a handful of events every year that the whole team goes and donates their time and volunteers at. And We Got Your Back was one of them. It was amazing. Oh, so good.
The biggest thing for me was, I honestly, and I've known Coach Smith for a while, I thought he was from Wyoming originally. I didn't know he was military like me. And so was Coach, I think Coach Rose, he was from Florida. Did he say Florida?
Something like that, yeah.
But anyway, that just goes to show me again how much, I love this city, I love this state. I didn't love it at first, but it grew on me. But how powerful this community is. But a lot of the big players may not have been from here originally,
right?
Like this podcast,
which is great.
But and that's okay. I just, that's kind of another reason why we got into this, because we just wanted to give back to the community that gave back to us. And then talking to Coach Smitty and Coach Rose, I'm like, man, I thought you guys were from here. Yeah. So to find out that they're transplant as well, I was like, that's a beautiful thing. And then they want to come out. Hey, so it's one thing to just step into somebody else's community and try to take over, but to go into it and like give back and want to be a part of it, mesh into it. I think that's
what I'm
great.
saying.
So.
What's so cool about Smitty, him and his wife volunteered last year,
Yeah.
the second annual.
Yeah.
And when I talked to him this year, he's like, you know what? We're gonna bring the whole team. That's gonna be volunteer day.
Some big kids.
And I was pretty impressed with that. Shout out to Johnson, Rose, Smitty, all the coaches, the whole team, especially my son Jordan Maldonado, number 4.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to
number 4 on the field, number 1 in your heart. No,
that's right. That's right.
No, but that was like kind of special to see We Got Your Back have that opportunity to have a team present. And then as we grow, maybe we have more teams present. One thing I do want to say really as a huge thank you to Skip Arnold, man.
Absolutely.
Skip.
Shout out on the YMCA, Skip had came up to me. He's like, my boss just parked in the parking lot and walked over to me and was like, what's going on? And he was like, no, this is the backpack.
This is the event.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't know it was going to be like this.
Yeah.
This is how we do it.
Yeah.
So shout out to Skip for believing.
Absolutely.
And putting it all on the line for us. You know what I mean? Because I know everyone has people to follow through to. And, it's not always about impressing, but it's about being honest.
Yep.
Right.
And people believing in you for that. So I think the YMCA has probably going to be our home from now on.
Absolutely. Love that.
They made a commitment to do that.
It was the perfect mix. It was
really
the perfect blend. It was wonderful. It was an absolutely wonderful event. Semi-serendipitously,
that's a big word.
I know. I felt like a rapper as I was saying that.
What rhymes with that? Can you give me a rhyme with serendipity?
Marin Flip.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
I think I did that for you.
There you go. That's what we're about.
Yo,
Yeah.
bro.
I miss my calling.
Go, man.
I miss my calling. No. So my favorite part of the whole thing, well, after the whole beautiful event was on, Jared and I are talking in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And this is the funniest thing, is because here's what I realized as adults is when we become adult, like when we were younger, we talked about things like video games and like, sports and stuff, right? Then we became teenagers and we talked about like girls and sports, and now we're adults and we still talk about sports and our lawns. Very important.
100%.
Like cost of living, housing prices.
We talked about fences.
Well, here's the best part is that I didn't realize that. And I'm not going to disclose any addresses on the air,
please.
But I didn't realize that where Jared lives now is right around the corner from where I grew up in town, right? And I told him, I said, yeah, like this is the house, like this is the color car my dad drives, and this is the color of the house. And Jared immediately goes, the house with the immaculate fence.
Best fence I've ever seen in my life.
And here's the thing that's so funny about that. I laugh because my dad built that fence and he was so proud of this fence. Like none of us cared. He's always like, none of us cared ever that he built the deck, he built the fence, he did all of the like plumbing in the house, he did all the electrical. And the thing is like, growing up in the house, he just didn't trust anybody. He's like, he's from you met him, right? Bro. He's from New York. He goes, I don't trust any of these people. None of them know what they're doing. I can do it better than them with my eyes closed. Also, when you take a shower, hot means cold and cold means hot. Also, when you go up this is a true thing. When we would go up the stairs, he'd redid the whole basement, which is amazing. Like for one man to redo an entire basement, it was amazing. Absolutely. And he did it. So I'm giving him credit for that. However,
there's some things.
To turn the lights on, we had a staircase. To turn the lights on, you clicked the top thing, and then the lights turn on, and then you walk down. To turn the lights off, you turned that light off and then ran back up the stairs and clicked that one off and then ran down and we turned the lights off. But anyway, he built that fence because he hated our neighbors. And so
which makes perfect sense.
He was like, I'm sick of their shrubbery growing into my property line. So he builds a fence and he's talking about this fence every day. And all of us are like, we don't care. And then 20 years later,
your work did not go unnoticed, sir.
That's right. I'm talking to Jared and we're in the parking lot after we got your back. And Jared goes, the house with the amazing fence. And at that moment, Jared became my father's favorite child.
I think I'm your biggest fan.
That's what
I think I'm your biggest fan.
Wow.
Your efforts did not go unnoticed, sir. They did
I
not.
have to go see the fence.
Yeah,
It's a
it was
fence,
ridiculous.
man.
Well, and then we were at the
Man.
game, and you met my father because
I'm kind of looking at this dude like he looks like he was running numbers back in the day. He looks like a straight mafioso.
I love it.
Gangster.
I love it.
and he
Like you seen that commercial, Jimmy John's?
yes,
How they
yes,
do, like,
yes,
the
yeah,
gang-
yeah, yeah.
Oh, with the
yeah,
dude with
yeah,
the
yeah.
sandwich?
He
Yeah.
looks like he's running, like giving orders, like with a presentation. It's like you will understand it.
No, he said. Well, and the funny thing is the reason. My boys played Angels Boy.
Let's talk about
it
that.
was an amazing game. It was an
No,
amazing game.
I'm telling you.
Anyway, in the middle school, they're playing now. Now I got me, and I'm standing next to Angel, and then it's my wife, my mom, and our boys, right? And the thing is, right, my dad shows up, and he doesn't want to stand up in front of the thing, so he goes and sits in the back row of the bleachers, and Angel gets introduced to my dad because he goes, "Hey, you're all blocking everybody's view."
I promise I didn't hear it. I really didn't hear it. But then I see this guy coming down. They do it in 4.5 hours. We did it in 2.5. And I was like, man, you seem real accomplished over there. And then Tom's like, yeah, this is my dad. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. We start getting into it.
I'm bringing paper. I'm getting his
And,
autograph. I'm not even joking. I'm gonna put it on the
I'm
wall.
over here looking at Dom. I'm like, damn, your dad's got a lot of swag. Bro. This guy is
Which
different.
again, so in the span of a couple weeks,
Love it.
Jared became his favorite child. You became his second favorite child
love
just
it.
by saying he's got swag. You know what I
Oh, shit.
mean?
I mean, together, but let's not forget what he said. We were at the game.
That's right.
Junior
Yes,
high
yes, yes.
game.
So how did this go?
McCormick, Johnson.
McCormick
Man,
versus Johnson.
you got parents out there, seats, biting nails.
Oh man,
It came down to just great defense from Johnson.
Love
McCormick
it.
had put it up. We showed up.
yo,
Johnson, and then
You said it was an overtime, right?
check this out.
Love
Check
it.
this out. Check this out. So the game, it was a great game. It was a great game. I mean, it
Telling
was
you,
just back
man.
and forth, back and forth,
Yeah.
back and forth. So then it ends in a tie, right? And then all the boys are like, all right, it's a tie. And you think they're just gonna go shake hands, but all of a sudden everyone starts cheering like from the like all the
Like the crowd?
each team. No,
Oh.
each team.
the kids, because they were lining up to shake hands.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
ref's like, overtime.
Oh, I
And
love
the
it.
kids
Oh,
were
I
they're
love
like,
it.
Yeah, let's go. So the way they did overtime was they lined everyone up on like the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
Right. And first
Kinda like
McCormick,
college.
McCormick
Oh,
won
okay.
the coin toss. So they had they had 4 downs
Okay.
to get
Right.
into, and then so here's the thing, McCormick scores
Mhm.
and they get it, but they didn't get the 2-point conversion
Got it.
because they don't allow
No kicking. Yeah.
no kicking.
Yeah, no kick.
So they didn't get the 2-point conversion.
Right.
Then it's Johnson's turn, right?
Oof.
Johnson gets up, gets the touchdown, and now it's tense, right? Now
Right.
it's like ready to go. They do it. This team does a QB sneak
Love it.
To the corner.
to the corner, gets the 2-point conversion, game over.
it
I
was
love
like,
it.
But I don't even think nobody left really that upset. I mean, the kids
No.
obviously they want to win.
No.
Yeah.
But even the parents were like, wow, that was a good.
That
Any
was crazy.
any game that's good, your kids can
Like-
feel fulfilled about, even if a loss. And I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, you can learn a lot from a loss.
Seriously.
Yes.
You can learn a lot. No
Yes.
one wants to lose. I get that.
Yes.
What their
But-
Hov say?
You
A
know,
loss ain't a loss. It's a lesson.
there you
That's
go. You
right.
can learn
That's right.
so much from losses, man. So shout out to McCormick.
It was great.
Shout out to
Oh,
Johnson.
yes.
Shout out to
Very
Johnson.
good.
My oldest son plays for Cary, so
What?
we'll look for those matches. Sounds
You're
like
joking.
we're all rivals again. We got the McCormick, Cary, and Johnson gear
Let's
next
go.
next year.
Let's
I like it.
go. Everything falls in line. Great.
Everything falls in
That's
line.
good.
I'm
man.
saying.
More
Oh.
conversation.
So hey, so what you got going on? What you got coming up?
So big, huge coming up event. Dance with the Stars.
Yes.
Brought to you by the Boys and Girls Club of Cheyenne.
Yes.
Oh,
Look, I cannot emphasize enough how big this event is. This
huge.
is my 3rd year doing it. I fulfilled every time I've done it. I felt fulfilled afterwards because All of the money goes to help the Boys and Girls Club as they set things up, for the kids. And if you haven't been to the Boys and Girls Club on the South Side, I highly suggest you check it out. It's an amazing facility.
Big facts.
They have basketball.
Yes.
They have like a STEM lab. They grow their own vegetables.
That's amazing.
So it's all kind of thing. I was telling I have to get my wife over there because she can't grow anything. Everything that she puts out dies. I've killed thousands of dollars worth of plants and flowers in my yard. So maybe
that's pretty fly.
That's so.
What, her killing flowers? No, it's terrible.
No. I'm talking about the Boys and Girls Club having a program where they.
Oh no, yeah, man, they have everything.
They got
you
a
can think
greenhouse. They got an excellent 3D printer.
Yep.
To where they were like
Wait, you talking about those printers?
That's man.
Right. And they teach kids how to use them. I mean, it's amazing.
I look at it
Amazing.
as like an enhancer. So you have water and you have like the Mio. So water is good for you. Then the Mio just makes it taste better. So these kids have school. They learn the basics at school, and then they can go to the Boys and Girls Club and they can learn things that they're actually interested in. Because let's be honest, there's not a kid alive that's like interested in calculus. Like, man, I just love calculus so much. But
pretty amazing.
These kids are interested in like these crafts. They might want to be a gardener or a farmer. We do live in Wyoming, and they can get extra knowledge on these skills at the Boys and Girls Club. Anyway, me and Taylor Albert, we coming for y'all. You understand? We coming for y'all. Shout out to my partner Taylor Albert. We worked hard on this routine. We will be going first, so get there early.
Yes.
We're first on the list. Get there early. We're going to knock it out the park. Thank you to the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you to Amanda and Justin for putting all of this together. And we'll see you. This is on the 22nd. This is Friday the 22nd.
And I'll be real, just to attest to how beautiful and big this event is. I mean, it's always to like around 750, 800 people show up.
We sold out Little America and had to move it to the Archer building this year. So it's at the Archer.
Yes. Okay, great. And then I mean, it's like it's such a nice stage. It's such an, I mean, they really do it up. I mean, I hosted the event 2 years ago, and it still makes up the majority of my hosting reel because it looks so nice.
Are you hosting this year?
I was asked to host this year. I know.
Come on.
Unfortunately, and not unfortunately. I mean, I would have loved to do it. I love the Boys and Girls Club. I want to help out any way I can. But that weekend, I have the honor of facilitating my best friend for 30 years. I get to officiate his wedding.
There you go. Well, congrats on that, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. That's huge.
So I'm really excited about that. That's
absolutely.
That's a big deal.
I love when people our age, because I felt like I was like super early. Getting married. So I love when I'm like someone's like 35 and like they just get married. I'm like, see, like there's love out there.
Exactly. See, for me, the funny thing is, I mean, we like, I ain't that old, but the funny thing is we were talking, because we had the bachelor party, which was hilarious, by the way. There's really funny moments from that, but we had the bachelor party, and he and I were talking, and he's like, well, Don's been my friend for the longest, and he was like, how long have we been friends? I said, well, man, you were my first friend in kindergarten.
So since
which I started when I was like 4, about to be 5, and now I'm 34, about to be 35.
Yeah.
So we have been friends for 30 years.
That's crazy, man.
Isn't that insane?
It's a whole relationship.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Imagine liking somebody for 30 years. I don't really like my parents.
That's like almost asking somebody, how long you guys been married? 45 years.
Yeah, exactly.
How long you guys been friends? 30 years.
Yeah,
30 years, dude. And we've been through, like this crazy stuff together. So it's gonna be really, really good. The bachelor party was hilarious. The best part about the bachelor party is, we all used to be in a rock and roll band together, so we were all crazy, and now we're all sober. And it was amazing. And so anyway, my buddy Matt starts out the bachelor party. Everybody gets all together. We're at this Airbnb. And he goes, what's up, everybody? Just want you to know I brought the drugs. And what he does, he pulls out this gigantic, like Costco size Ziploc bag of Advil and Tylenol.
I love it. I love it.
And he was like, it was so funny because he was like, yeah. And the best part was there was like 10 dudes, and we're all like in our late 30s, early 40s, and everybody's like, yeah.
I get excited about that, bro.
They're like, we could go out tonight now, like we could, because our knees are gonna hurt. And it was so funny. And then there was this other great moment. So we went to a concert at Red Rocks. Now I don't know if you guys ever been to Red Rocks.
I've been like 10 times. I love Red Rocks.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, it's in the Rock.
Yeah.
That place is amazing.
It's amazing.
Put on some comfortable shoes. You will have to go up.
Yes,
But,
exactly.
it's a great
Hence why we
experience.
needed the Advil.
That's right.
But I'm telling you this, the concert was amazing. And
Whose concert?
it was a band called My Morning Jacket. They're really, they're the kind of band who like sits there and just jams with each other for 3 hours.
I like it.
You know what I
Oh,
mean? And they
wow.
have like all these
Okay.
lights on the stage, and they have like the lights on the rocks. And my buddy was like, I like to stand up real tall because you could see the stage and then overlook the city. It was
Yeah.
just beautiful. Well, anyway, I decided I'm gonna try to be cute with my wife, right? So I text her and I go, she's like, how's everything going? And I'm like, man, I feel like I'm in high school again. And she
Wow.
goes, why? I said, because I'm at a concert with all my buddies,
Yeah.
just texting this girl I have a crush on. Right? Trying to be all cute to her. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to be cute. I swear to God, my wife texts back, who the fuck are you texting?
That'll have been my wife too. What's her name? I'm like, you woman. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
exactly.
I meant you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna block her. I think that's it for tonight. I think that's it for tonight.
No, she's like, you better have more than just a crush on me. I'm like, oh, I love you.
I said back in the days, I'm talking about those.
Yeah,
feelings.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Currently,
No, it was
nah,
funny.
Shout out to
That's
the
pretty cool
wives.
though.
It was hilarious.
Yeah,
But
shout out to the
but
wives. Shout
no,
out to
it
the
was great. Anyway, so yeah, that's
love it.
I'm heading to New York tomorrow.
Boom, boom, baby.
York.
Yep, that's gonna be
New
exciting.
York.
Second greatest state in the
Let's
United
go.
States.
The Empire State.
Yeah, you
Right.
see that?
Let's get
You
it.
see
Let's
that?
get it
He
to
didn't
the
even
record,
catch it. He didn't
alright?
even catch it.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He didn't even catch
But
it.
or he just didn't acknowledge it. He's
Or
not
that.
listening.
Or you might just ignore me. He's
At
sick
the
of my
end of the
shit.
day,
Either
Either
one.
way.
I understand we're about to get into a lot of things today, so I gotta put my guards.
Yes,
it's like,
you
it's like
ready?
Mayweather blocking
There you
every
go. I
significant
see.
punch
I
that can possibly knock him out,
I see.
and you can't.
Yeah,
allow
you can't do it. Well, anyway, so heading to New York, gonna do a comedy show there, which is very exciting. And then coming back, I'm gonna do a big conference, a mental health conference for populations very close to my heart, the
Nice.
nurses of Wyoming.
Is that
So,
also
like,
that's local?
Yeah.
Love it, love
So,
it, love
yeah,
it.
Coming
Okay.
back to Wyoming, do that.
What day is
then-
that and where's that at?
That is gonna be on the 21st in Casper.
Oh, okay.
So all the nurses are coming together, and once a year they do this big retreat, and I always go there and just have
Nice. That's
some
awesome.
fun.
That's awesome.
This is my favorite because I mean, it started during COVID, and they were just like, man, like they were getting it on every side. They were getting it on the front lines. They
Yeah.
were getting it on
Yeah.
the policy side, and so they asked me to come in and do some mental health workshops with them, and I said, well, what do you want to work on specifically? They were like, we just want to laugh. Can we just laugh?
That's
for a
it,
little
man.
bit? You know?
Sometimes. And I think COVID proved that true.
Yeah.
I think because stand-up comedy, like everybody's doing their specials, and
Yeah,
everyone was
yeah.
doing like I think like Jon Stewart was doing like a show from his house.
Yes, yeah.
Like, dude, people just wanted to laugh. Give me a reason to laugh at all
Exactly.
the dumb shit that's going on. That's it.
Exactly.
That's all I want, man.
And that's what it is. So it's been a tradition. So I could do that.
I like it.
Beneficial
Okay.
in the wedding. We got a lot, but while I'm at that wedding, I am rooting for you at the Dancing with the Stars.
I
event.
appreciate it,
I know
sir.
You're gonna tear it up.
I appreciate it, sir. We shall see. Sally
Yes.
sells, she sells. Anyway,
Shall
we
yes.
we shall see. No, this one's. I'll be honest. I don't know if people know the theme, but the theme is country western.
Oh,
And you guys know that I'm a big,
yes,
huge
that's what I was gonna say. I mean,
country western person.
when I
am
think
not.
country western, I think Jared. That's the first
that's
thing.
What you look at. Dude, so this is gonna be tough for me. So this is because I always have to I want to pay respects. Okay,
Right.
I want to be legit, but at the same time I want to add my own flavor. So
Right.
this could work one or two ways.
That's it.
So either the people are gonna be like, yo, what the fuck was that?
that?
Or they're gonna be like, yo, that was pretty cool, like a Florida Georgia line thing. I don't know. But anyway, come see me fail or come see me rise. I don't know.
That's
Come
it.
check it out.
That's it.
We don't try anything around here.
Well,
Yes.
you're
The
right.
due effort is in place.
You're absolutely right.
Believe that.
You're
So
absolutely right.
so-
Take it how you will.
You are either going to do great.
Or
or
do exactly.
terribly,
There is
yeah.
no in between
It's
either.
fine, but either way, you're gonna do.
I'm
and
about to
that's
read
the
Bobby
thing.
this. I'm
No.
first or I'm last, baby. Let's go.
No, I love it. I can't wait, man. You do like
appreciate it.
a hip hop country crossover.
I can't tell, man.
All right,
You'll
all
have
right,
to-
all right. You have to come see.
I'll share the live link. There should be a live link for you guys to come in and watch if you can't make the event. But Yeah, and there'll be clips. You know, I have some clips after the fact.
Yes. So
I know you're gonna do good, man.
I hope so. We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, so Angel, before this, we're talking a little bit about football, a little bit about news, a little bit about all this stuff. What is going on with you in the University of Wyoming? What is going on with Angel Maldonado and the entire University of Wyoming football
Angel
team?
Maldonado had an opportunity to be reached out to by Miles. It was a former player, wide receiver, student athlete. Now he actually works for you, Doug.
Oh, wow.
And getting these Instagram messages, that's how it started. And I'm like, this is probably a scam. You know what I mean? Because I've been wanting this opportunity with you, Doug, to go there and actually cut hair with Presidential.
Yeah.
So we're going back and forth, and it worked out. It worked out. So we actually were invited to come do a tour, sit down, put ideas on the table, to get it done. And we actually went Thursday prior to the game of Texas Tech. That week. And
huge.
We got a chance to go there. They actually have a barbershop in the facility, the new facility they have.
Amazing.
Which I thought was great. But I'm like, you only have 2 chairs when we're in this meeting. And I'm like, we need 4 because I'm bringing my whole team.
Yeah.
Talking about a huge roster, possible coaches. You know, you're going to get, I'm not just bringing a barbershop to you, we're bringing the culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get some music popping up in here. We want these players feeling good, walking through these halls, the coaches like, wow, what's going on?
Yeah.
Presidential's in the house.
So now y'all know. Now y'all know why UW is 2-0.
That's it.
I mean, facts. I mean, the bigger part is I want to work it to where we're bringing this culture to the school.
Yeah.
But everyone's in an agreement of why this is important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, sometimes you got to like go through these challenges of figuring it out. Needless to say, that the experience was great.
Absolutely.
I mean, the experience was great. The behind the scenes that I got to witness was wow. Because think about being a UW fan all your life.
Yes.
You didn't get to see the things I see.
Yeah.
Right.
Going in the locker rooms.
Yeah.
You get to pull the curtain back a little bit.
Going to get your ankles taped up, your wrists taped up. Looking at, and you can look in these facilities as you're walking by, like they're in these rooms. I feel like I'm in an episode of Hard Knocks.
There you go.
Like seriously, that's what it's feeling like. Talking with these players, going in their cafeteria, looking at their new amazing field. By the way,
love it.
The new turf was like, wow,
amazing.
Man, this place looks great. They got 1-0 on the screen already.
Yeah,
they're already speaking it.
I love it. See, that's dope. I like the confidence.
So I'm over here like, God damn, I feel like I'm about to play the game. You know what I mean? I'm like,
and like, shit, where my jersey at? Let's go.
I need help, man. I'm ready to jump on this thing with y'all. Like, bro,
like,
the whole vibe was feeling good. One thing that was pretty cool, I was talking with this nutritionist, and he was all excited because he had this like cart.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, this is what we're taking, and we're walking with I'm walking with Taylor Stonsky, who's by the way, the reason why we were also there through Miles to make sure we got this job done.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, come check this out. Look how I'm gonna have the team ready when we go on road trips. Bro, he opens this thing up, right? And I felt like I was in my pantry because I'm like, my kids would go crazy for this if they saw fruit snacks, Uncrustables. I was like, yo, what is this? Like, this is what he's like, you'd be amazed at the sugars and carbs that
you need it.
Go right in the body immediately to get ready for that next half. But to like, that's what I'm saying. Those behind the scene moments of like, man, fans will probably love like a walkthrough of this experience. Right. It's like the preparation, what goes on. So needless to say, man, the experience was great. I loved it. I want to keep doing it. I want to be exclusive to the school. I think we can get there and get it done. One crazy moment, we're in the shop talking with Taylor, and we're looking down the hall, and I'm like, oh, look, Coach Bowles.
Yeah.
And so he kind of looks like he like a slow turn.
Like who
and then like kind of double
said my name?
Like, but it's like that face, like one of these old mafia guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go again. And I'm like, maybe I should have talked to him because she's like, he's got his glasses on in the building.
Yeah, it's a sign.
He's kind of old school. I'm just like,
it's a sign.
I was like, damn, man. I go in the shop when I was doing our thing. Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you guys for being here. So I turn over. I'm like, that's the guy that got a little temper. So he comes in, he's talking, he's asking all my guys, where you from? Shine, where you from? Shine, where you from? Shine. He's looking at me, where you from? I'm from Brooklyn, New York. The fuck are you doing here? So I'm like, oh, I like this guy already. Nice vibe, cool guy. It was just a great experience, man. It was really good.
I like it, man. That's what's up.
Watching them warm up, I think he allowed us to do that.
Yeah.
The music bumping.
Yeah.
They're warming up. I'm just like, man, bro, like I really wanted to play football.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
man, because it looked really good. The whole experience was just great, man. Like, honestly, like shout out to UW. Shout out to being 2-0. You got a very, very big game coming up. Well-deserved game coming up. What a way to represent yourselves.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
congrats to UW for 2-0, man. You know, y'all beat Texas Tech, y'all beat Portland State. UW is my second team. They are my second team. I root for them hard. My wife's an alum. You know, we got the license plate. We got UW all in our basement. You know, she was a cheerleader. My wife's a cheerleader at the University of Wyoming, but they are playing my number one. It doesn't happen there, but I'm a University of Texas fan. I'm a University of Texas alum. I played for University of Texas. So this is huge. This is a huge game. We're going to have a house divided.
You played for University of Texas?
I played for University of So when I say I played, kids, this is a lesson for you. I chose to walk on and try out for the University of Texas versus taking scholarships from all these other schools, you know, because my parents went there. My parents, University of Texas. I was a fan, you know, don't go where you want it, you know. Yeah. So I went to University of Texas. I walked on as pretty much a third string wide receiver. I played on special teams. I got hurt and they forgot I was there. And then I joined the military. So I played for the University of Texas. But yeah.
Dude, you put
shout out to that,
you put on the helmet. You
shout out to that.
But huge game next weekend, man. And and it's funny, it's one of those games like I don't want to talk trash about University of Wyoming. But my wife's gonna talk trash to me.
Yeah, so you gotta get ready.
So I gotta be ready though. But it's gonna be a good game. I can't wait. You know, we just beat the number 3 school in the nation. Texas just took down Alabama last night. So
hard days, long nights.
If you can hear my voice, it's kind of why I did a lot of screaming. You know, a lot of screaming. Be some more tonight. Me and Angel just keep going up against each other.
Man. You know, it's all love, man.
Cowboys play the Giants tonight.
This is one reason why it's nice to have us back.
It flows. It just works.
We didn't get to finish the whole LeBron thing. You know, that was crazy. Denver did pull it out, but we're back.
LeBron finished himself. It's fine.
We're back. But that's why I'm here. Look, you see it. Big
he
blue.
ready. He ready. You know, tonight.
Well, while we're there, let's talk about this.
Cup somewhere around here representing his star, but I wouldn't put it on the table either.
Okay,
you
can here's the exciting part about this. As these two get ready to brawl, Jared's putting on his boxing gloves, trying to not to die.
I'm not gonna hurt him.
You know, here's the thing.
Let me fall, but
so we are recording this the same day. On Sunday morning. So none of the football games have officially started yet, right?
Yeah.
We haven't anything like that.
We're here a little bit early.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I just want to preface that with these two are about to talk a bunch of trash to each other
all year.
And then we're gonna see how it actually plays out. So this is the exciting part, is that you guys you guys actually can bet it all, because by the time this airs, they're going to see who the real.
So we know.
You know what I'm saying? So
we'll know.
Listen, well, I will shout this out, even though I don't really want to. I mean, he said he put these paperworks together last night and said Texas beats Alabama prior to the game.
I made this script before the game started. So that's how much confidence I had.
Shout out to confidence.
That's how much confidence.
How'd that game turn out, by the way?
34-24, Texas put a beat down on Alabama. Hey, look, and shout out, and I know everybody's like, oh, you know, Nick Saban this, Nick Saban that. Because as soon as Texas won, I started getting all this, oh, you know, it's an iffy year for Alabama. I don't want to hear that shit.
Listen.
I don't want to hear that. We beat them at home.
I'll tell you like this, man. We are who we are.
Yes.
And it's not over. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, the one great thing about Alabama is we could afford to take 2 losses and still be in it.
Well, we'll see. We shall see.
So you're an Alabama
and I'm not
fan?
saying we're going for Lord. Yeah, I'm Alabama.
You're an Alabama fan.
Facts.
That's weird because I didn't recall Alabama being in New York.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this because everybody always asks this, so it's great. I didn't become an Alabama till like 2010. I always liked Nick Saban at LSU.
Okay.
And when he made the move to Alabama, it's hard to choose Fordham University. And Syracuse.
I will give New York fans.
And that's the hardest part about football for New York.
In New York, that's
no
true.
Disrespect to Fordham University.
A lot of disrespect to Fordham. What y'all meant, like Bulldogs? A lot of disrespect.
I will tell you this: that Syracuse has the best name of any college.
Okay, here we go. All right.
I'm just gonna say that.
I would understand why you would say that. I mean, maybe you have some affiliation with that, but
it's the objective truth.
Okay.
The only part about Syracuse that was great was Carmelo Anthony, in my opinion.
Can I tell you something?
And that was like this. That came and went quick.
Can I tell you something about Carmelo Anthony and Syracuse? Okay, so my little brother, His name is Anthony Syracuse.
Mm.
Okay,
nice.
That's my little brother's name. Now, and he's gonna be mad that I said that on the air. The point is,
like, why are you telling my name?
yeah,
He
exactly,
did that to you.
exactly. So anyway, the thing is that for his birthday, and I'm saying like his 10th birthday because this was a long time ago. Because he's like 116 now, so
Yikes.
Wow.
Damn, Anthony.
No, so it was like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whatever it was, and he for his birthday, I wanted to get him a jersey of Carmelo Anthony when he played for Syracuse.
Yeah.
Now here's the problem: is that most jerseys that have Syracuse, they don't have the player's last name on the back.
Yep.
And also they say Orangeman.
Yep.
Okay. So I had to do this deep dive and I had to find, I had to search for this. It took me like 2 weeks to find a shirt that said Syracuse on the front and Anthony on the back.
Nice.
Right. So it said Anthony Syracuse because for Carmelo Anthony. And anyway, I give it to him for his birthday and I'm super excited. And my brother opens it and goes, I don't play basketball. And just puts it back.
Great.
You don't get it.
Yeah.
I would have left the house. I'm like, give me.
You don't get it, man.
Exactly.
But I like Carmelo anyway.
Carmelo's dope.
Anyway.
It's
It was
funny,
for
though.
you, man.
Yeah. So, but you're an Alabama fan.
Yes, and we've been doing great things. We're the reason why college football even exists.
At this point,
And,
it's true.
I mean, honestly,
But not after last
shout out to Alabama's effort because what's great to watch now.
Yeah.
We have a new leader showing up. His name is Coach Prime, and he's changing the game as much as Nick Saban did, availability wise for this new NIL, the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And Nick Saban is so great, right? So great. What a coach, right? But also, like, look at the remarkable efforts Coach Prime is bringing to
Deion Sanders,
NCAA football.
So College Game Day, just to put a pin on that, College Game Day is going next week. They will be in Colorado for the CSU versus Colorado game. That's the first time College Game Day has been in Colorado since 1996.
Wow.
Since 1996.
Wow.
That's the first time the game day will go. And that's all because of Coach Prime. And they announced that live. They announced that live as they was beating up the dog shit out of Nebraska, that they had changed their plans and the game day was going to switch and they were going to go to Colorado.
I was in Nebraska yesterday watching that game. It was hot. It was.
You were there?
I was in Nebraska. I wasn't at the stadium.
My bad.
Yeah.
But I was in Nebraska.
So this is my thing, man. Like, I just like what's happening because it's been so old school for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like everything with change comes better promise, possibility.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, I'm not saying Nick Saban probably in his office, like, man, it's not like how it used to.
You'll start wearing chains.
But I do believe Nick Saban's best challenge is yet to come.
Oh yeah.
Because now he understands the game's different. And him being such a great coach, things have to happen.
But
watching a Prime do what he's doing, I mean, it's becoming a whole, like the swag, the culture, the no's are now turning yes. The ways of used to doing is not no more the traditional way. This is the way.
No matter how good you are, sooner or later you kind of, you run out of time. And you can't keep up with with the trends. And Nick Saban's, he's old school and it has worked and it's gonna work until it don't.
Right.
We have a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
Like seriously, and I feel like the message went across the board. Like, hey, this is our first year starting,
bro. They told him,
imagine what we do as the years come.
They told him he had the worst roster in college football. This was not. I'm not making that up. They literally these analysts went on, and they was like, he's cocky for no reason. He's bringing all his HBCU kids. His kids unproven. Because if y'all don't know, his son's the quarterback. Who's now top 3 in the Heisman run because he's just been putting up numbers.
The first game. Bro, those were Heisman stats. 5
touchdowns,
no interceptions.
No interceptions. And you beat the TCU team coming off a national championship. I know they depleted. A lot of their team went to they try to say that they team depleted. But you said I got the worst roster in college football.
Yeah.
And this is including Fordham. So
like, let's find. I just one thing I will say is, what a great leadership role.
Yeah.
Coach Prime, man. Like, and not just for himself and his team, the whole organization of the NCAA to be like, wow, things are changing.
Yeah, and let me ask this. So is that why he went to CSU? Is because of his son? Is
Colorado. Well, no. So
or CU, sorry.
So he wanted. So Coach Prime has been wanting a D1 job for the longest, and he, you know, Deion Sanders has been wanting. He's talked about it, and he wanted to go to his alumni, Florida State.
Right.
You know, Florida State was like, no, you're unproven.
Right.
So Jackson State University offered him a gig, and this is a HBCU. It's a HBCU. So you know, as soon as he went, great opportunity. As soon as he went, you know, he donated a lot of money. He updated the facility. ESPN has never shown HBCU games. And as soon as he went, he made a deal with them to show HBCU games.
Wow.
So he started getting Jackson State and all HBCU, you know, the look that they've been looking for.
Right,
I see you, you know. So after 1 year, 2 years, I think, Colorado's like, hey, Colorado went 1-11, folks. This is why. Let's be honest. It wasn't because they was like, hey, they wanted the attention that Deion Sanders brought, but it's working out for him, you know. So he goes to Colorado. His son was with him at Jackson State. He brings his son. Both sons, you know, both sons. One son plays cornerback. He brings Travis Hunter, you know, who's absolutely beast. The boy plays cornerback and wide receiver in college.
Yeah,
this ain't high school.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah,
both sides.
Both sides.
Yes,
first game, not to cut you off.
Go.
Into Prime. 62 snaps in the first half.
Yeah,
that boy was on the field. 62.
Yep,
that's mad.
So,
no. Back to Coach Prime.
But yeah, so Coach Prime makes the move. And he tells them, I'm bringing my sons.
Yep.
I'm bringing some of these HBCU kids, you know, and he pretty much tells the 1-11 kids at Colorado, you know, hey, you know, be ready to pack your bags. You might as well just come to this meeting and pack your bag because you ain't playing for the team.
I like how he said it. He said, I brought my own luggage.
And they Louis.
And it's Louis.
And it's Louis. So, you know, I get it. He rubbed the college football D1 kids the wrong way because they was like, who are you to come in here, you know, but he's already doubled their wins since last season because they got 2 wins.
And it's only been 2 games. I'll tell you this, speaking of Texas and college and everything like that. So my wife's the biggest Oregon Ducks fan on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. And she we went to go see them play in Boulder last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a blowout.
Yeah.
Oregon beat them so bad that by halftime, Oregon had their second string in there.
Yep.
And by the fourth quarter, every single Colorado fan, student, everyone was gone.
Yep.
And that whole arena was just like little spots of green from people wearing Ducks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I just want to say this, you know, I respect your confidence and I respect how much you believe in all your Texas teams. But I came in here and he's bragging about how Texas beat Oregon.
Texas Tech. I thought Texas Tech beat Oregon
because he turned the game off in the third quarter.
It was 27-18, and I went to go watch something else. So
yeah, and
facts.
No,
that's facts.
And my wife's gonna kill me for saying this, but you should know if you ever watch the Ducks during the season, they are always going to come back and win. It is only in a bowl game that they're going to choke.
That's very, very
so
true.
You have to remember that.
Alabama knows.
Let's go.
Disappeared like Matt Tateo's girlfriend.
Oh,
I don't know if y'all get that reference. All right. Anyway, I want to let's go into some local. I want to give some shout out to some local dudes.
Yes.
You know,
Listen,
big.
Only one game.
It's one game. It's one game. But more to come. It's a long season.
A lot more to go. And you know what? Make the best.
There you go.
Show up.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if Wyoming beats Texas, man, y'all better give me shit about it. Please, y'all should.
Please.
Y'all should.
I will. Yeah, please.
Y'all should.
All the paraphernalia you want.
Send me UW gear.
Yeah.
Local news, big shout out to LCCC volleyball. They cracked the top 25 ranking. They coming in at 19. They had 10 straight wins. Shout out to the ladies at LCCC volleyball. Kudos.
Very cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
University, we already talked about University of Wyoming 2-0 after beating Texas Tech and Portland State. Huge wins. Now we know that's because of Angel in the cultural swag that he brought to
Listen, man, if I can help change anybody's organization life, and just hit me up.
Just hit them up, you know. Big news, city councils trying to make some new ordinances. One I know that won't go well. So Cheyenne City Council proposed a new ordinance to require retailers to phase out plastic bags and charge 10 cents per paper bag. How y'all feel about that, fellas?
Oh man,
That's California, isn't it?
Well, wait. So actually, no.
You pay for your bag.
Well, now in California, the way it works is, if I'm not mistaken, and you got to forgive me, it's going on like 4 years.
No, go ahead.
Since I lived there. It was like paper bags are free.
Plastic,
but
10 cents.
you pay 10 cents for every plastic bag you use. And it's trying to discourage people from too much plastic. And so what you do actually is in California, what we do is you get a canvas bag, right? So you just get like a bunch of like 3-4 canvas bags.
Yeah, like your reusable bags.
Yeah, you fill your groceries with them, and then come out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, there's one thing. If there's one thing that's consistent about Wyoming is that we are consistent in that we don't like change at all.
Not. And anything that sounds like California, I can guarantee will not go over well.
They're just not gonna do it.
They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna bring they're gonna keep plastic bags that they had in their garage.
That's right. They're gonna you know what they're gonna do is if they pass this law, they're gonna buy extra plastic bags. They're gonna spend the extra $20 on more plastic bags.
Those poor turtles.
Seriously. Seriously.
Oh boy.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when they vote on it. I just don't see that one going over well.
I don't see that either. Man.
I don't see that going over well.
But we're so concerned about plastic. But we used to have glass jars.
Yeah,
they took that away. So
wait, what?
Glass jars will preserve the food better.
Like the mason jars.
It wasn't letting off gases from the plastic into like whatever.
Yeah.
But you know why they stopped doing that? Because apparently glass is really hard to recycle.
It is.
So
really,
so it's like you do this, then you do this, then if you don't do this, I mean. At the end of the day,
leave people alone. Encourage them to do the right thing, but leave people alone.
You can recycle those bags. Like I use them to bring lunch to work.
I think it's because it's expensive, so they're trying to get away from. Plastic.
Oh, the actual company.
The actual, they're trying to get away. It's not. I don't think it's inexpensive to make them, but it's expensive to recycle these things. Yeah. So and. I forgot. I don't know what our taxes are for recycling when they come pick it up, but anyway.
Well, I will tell you this, and this is a bit of an old statistic, and this is a little out of my, I'm normally here just to make jokes and stuff, but it is true that Wyoming, our landfills are completely full.
Yeah.
And they're full with like 75% of recyclable material.
Yeah.
So our landfills are full with stuff that we could have just recycled. So we pay Colorado millions of dollars a year to take our trash.
That's crazy. And our weed smokers. So we just giving it all up.
All of it.
Here's our weed smokers.
And our garbage.
So basically the encouragement to recycle, if people did that, we could save money and more money can go into us.
See, that's the upside. See, all right, so we go. See, I didn't know that. There we go. I like that.
We take a little responsibility to make that an effort every show.
Responsibility, boo!
Who wants that?
Kidding. No. I'm kidding.
Do we have the capabilities? Like, do we have the capability?
How do we figure something out to like encourage more people to recycle? I mean, I have a recycling bin. I
recycle. We recycle.
I mean, I'm not the best at it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the thing is that right now, even still, like. Even if we recycle, Wyoming is still going to pay Colorado to take both.
Right.
So they're going to take our trash and our recycling.
Right.
Right. So that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. I just know that that's the reason why you see different stuff like this.
That's interesting. See, I didn't know that when I saw that. I didn't know that, but that makes sense now. So I don't know. Maybe less trash, less garbage. Maybe we won't pay them so much. I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Look into it, guys. What do we know?
You know what we need to invest in? We need to figure out. Just hear me out on this. I don't know where this is going, but I'm already laughing. I think it's a good idea. Edible bags. Just hear me out. Okay. Like imagine a paper bag that's made of like whatever a fruit roll up is made of.
Sounds delicious.
But like, and then you put your food in it, and then once you get all your groceries done, then you just tear it up. Everybody eats it. And you just
we're talking about saving money.
Yeah,
that sounds expensive.
No, it's you think it's expensive, and you'd be right. But no,
I was gonna say like I think they don't want to spend no more money.
Yeah, they're trying to cut it all out.
I'm just saying, roll up plastic bag, and after you pack your groceries in your refrigerator,
and then eat that.
Yeah, you eat it. And I'm not saying. Listen, Is it sanitary?
Never.
No. Is it delicious? Probably not.
Probably not.
But will it cut down on recycling?
That part might be true.
Potentially. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No, I just know when you give
I think we're creating more problems.
when you give Wyoming a ultimatum. I've seen this.
Yeah,
We saw it with COVID.
Matter. It doesn't even. Yeah.
The more you tell them not to do something, they're like, "Well, fuck it.
Yeah, but watch
I'm
me.
gonna do it."
Watch me.
Yeah.
Well, on switching it a little bit, here's a thing that's happening in Cheyenne that I think is going to go over fantastically, which is that Cheyenne's open container ordinance is now effective all year round. So what that means is that for those who live in Cheyenne, you know that at night, well, I mean during Frontier Days.
Especially it's during Frontier Days.
Yeah, Frontier Days and Friday Nights at the Plaza,
Mhm.
you are allowed to walk around downtown with an open container,
Right.
like a beer,
Which I think is cool.
or like a beer cup or something like that. It can't, if I'm not mistaken, it can't be hard liquor.
It can't. No, it can be.
It can be,
but it
hard
can't be
liquor.
glass. I think it's just
Yeah,
Everything's
it's
plastic.
gotta be
Right.
again, going back to the plastic.
Right.
So what I'm introducing is edible cups. I just want you to hear me out.
Sounds like we need to get like
I'm voting Dawn for city council. That's it. That's what I hear.
I mean,
Well,
my son is into these edibles, boy.
Yeah. That's
Yo.
it. And think about that. You drink it, and then you're like, I need a chaser.
just bite the cup. There you go.
No garbage. We're not paying, Colorado
It
anymore.
could work.
I'll
So,
infuse it with vitamins.
There you go.
It'll be vitamin infused.
so the best part about what you're saying is it's all year long.
So
Yeah.
now you can walk around
That's pretty
downtown.
cool. That's pretty cool.
Downtown. Let me, because I don't want you to walk around Chili's in the mall with fucking Michelob Ultra in your hand.
Like,
You guys told me I could do this.
Downtown, the ordinance is
Downtown.
you can walk around downtown with your open container
Yes,
year round. So
yes.
imagine that during the winter.
How good is that? It's good stuff, right?
So you got some good and some bad. Wear it how you want, Wyoming.
What about Super Day?
Yeah, I left that on there. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Clear.
So,
That
I
was
was
a
just
clear.
trying to figure out. I thought we already did that.
We
Yeah.
did, and it's
Yeah.
so the guys. I make a script every week.
Yep.
And it's all of the local news and all the national news,
I thought
and
we were just having another Super Day.
Yes.
we're gonna sure. Anybody want to put that together? We can.
That's right.
Because we can start it this Saturday at
On 9/24 for no. I messed that up. I messed that
all
up.
good.
What else we got? Do we? I don't know if we want to get into this. Last kind of thing, big news. LCSD1 superintendent Margaret Crespo does step down. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know about my kids. Do go to school here? Yes, I know. So I probably should know. I do all of our kids, but I don't know a lot of the details of why.
Yeah, I don't either. I work with the school district sometimes, and just from what I understand, there's a lot of changing in the guard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of right now there's an interim superintendent.
Okay.
So there's a superintendent that's like stepping in lieu of everything, and then somebody's gonna they're gonna vote in like a new superintendent who hopefully wants to stay. You know what I mean?
Is it like so? Was she pushed out, or was it?
I don't know. Based on the trend of current society, she's probably making more money on OnlyFans.
Probably a feet finder. She got good feet. We never know.
Sorry. I might edit that out if I ever want to work for the district again. I don't know what's going on. I just think.
No, me personally, I think there's a lot of details that are behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you're filling these type of hats, I feel like if it's not all right, then we're not all in.
Well, I
That's
just
it.
I hear rumors, and that's why I'm not gonna say any of them, but I hear rumors of this. Then I say I hear rumors of that. Then it's like, oh, she stepped down because it was in her best interest, and it's like people like, no, we wanted her out. So Margaret, if you want to come on and you want to tell your story, we would love to hear
That
it.
would be a great opportunity.
We would love to hear it.
Love to hear what you have to say. I feel like you were a great representation for the spot.
You know how long she been? Do you know how long she was superintendent?
I don't know how long, but a lot of people said a lot of good things about
Yeah.
it. So if you'd like to come on the show, we'd like to have you.
Margaret, we'll reach out. If someone knows, get in contact with her, let us know. We'd love to talk about it, get her on here. I think it'd be a good listen.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So who knows? I mean, yeah, we could speculate all day long, but
Yeah. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's jump into some national news real quick.
Stuff. So before that, let's start with the laws, because I thought, coming from Texas, I thought this was a big thing. So new Texas law requires drunk drivers to pay child support if they kill a parent or a guardian. I don't see anything wrong with this.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, you know what, like. I mean, it's very Texas.
Very Texas.
It's very
because we go big, baby.
That's right. It's very Texas. Texas is all about personal accountability and stuff. You know what? I don't hate that idea, because what politics are funny. It's kind of like what we were saying before. Just like Cheyenne, in a lot of ways, some people might not like this. I view Wyoming sometimes as like a little mini Texas sometimes, but. But the thing is that in certain places, with the don't tread on me attitude, if the government comes in and says, hey, you can't do this, it almost becomes a game. It almost becomes like, watch me.
Facts.
So that said, just like if you were to come in, listen, drunk driving kills. Drunk driving's awful. We all know this, right? But that doesn't stop people from drunk driving.
It happens.
Right? Especially like the big trap is that when you're drunk, you're inebriated and your decision-making processes is screwed. So you're like, you're more likely to give up keys when you're sober.
Right.
In the idea of, I might get drunk, take my keys, or let's designate a driver. When you're actually drunk, your inhibitions are lower and you're like, screw it, I'm fine. But if the government comes in and goes, don't do this, people will do it. However, if they come in and go, all right, go ahead and do it, but
here's the penalty.
Yeah. Then people are like, shoot.
I'm gonna talk about doing it, but I might not do it.
Yeah. And yeah.
I like that point, because it puts a little more stamp on the situation, because now you're thinking.
Exactly.
Right?
Here's the only problem I have. Oh, go ahead.
But the only thing that's crazy about this says requires drunk driver to pay child support if they kill a parent or guardian, right? So my thing is, he's probably going to be in jail.
Thank you. What
point.
Fucking money do you have?
How are you going to support? I mean, that's considered manslaughter because it's not murder, right?
Correct.
So my thing is,
vehicular manslaughter.
Do you finance the ability to pay child support?
That's my only issue.
Great idea,
right?
Yeah, because it's like, well, you did this, and if you're just getting fines and stuff for hurting somebody,
yeah.
But most people are getting charged to prison.
Yeah. So if you're in prison for manslaughter, the only thing I can imagine would be they would seize your property, sell it.
Yeah, right. They liquidate all your assets.
That's an immediate, that's not child support. I mean, you just getting a bigger tax on your whole situation.
But what if I have an apartment? What if I Uber everywhere? I don't have a car.
What if you're? I mean, let's be real. What if you're like 18 years old? You can't.
Right. I mean? So I just feel like there's some gaps. There's some gaps.
Angel, you make an amazing point, because it's like that old joke with when everyone was worried about terrorism, and they were like, we need harsher punishments for suicide bombers. Well,
can't go too much harsher than
pretty sure after
they're done.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that old. It's like that old. Sacha Baron Cohen.
What do you want to do? Take my afterlife?
Yeah, exactly. When he's like, yeah. I understand that they die in the suicide bombing, but what if they die and get 30 years in prison? You're like,
yep.
What?
So you just want to write that down.
Right? So Can you explain that out for me?
You make a very, very, very good point.
I'm reading this and I'm just like, well, okay, so they're probably gonna have to go to prison for some time.
Right.
And how do they pay child support? Like, I mean, I know you do kind of make an income if you're in prison.
You can,
but it's not.
It's not money.
Not what's gonna take care of.
No.
Yeah.
So then take care of yourself.
Right. So I don't know how to. Like I said, I think the premise is great. I just don't know how
good.
Maybe I'm missing some details. I don't know.
Maybe I am missing details because I just don't understand how you pay for something if you can't find too much for yourself.
I don't know. Anyway, now in our news for our conspiracy followers, a mystery company in California has purchased tens of thousands of acres of land in California right outside of Travis Air Force Base. That's not on here, but I found that out with the intent to build a new city.
Have you?
So I want to be the first barbershop.
Hey, there you go. Hey. I'm cutting y'all hair. What's up?
Have you looked into it at all?
I have not deep dived into
right.
it. So I just know it's a mystery company. I couldn't find a name of the company because I wanted to name that. But I did find out that they say, and it's clear as day, that their intent is to build their own city.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, who knows? But you know, because we're in a weird age where people are getting money, and it's like, you know, like our economy is something like, I think it's something like 1,600 new millionaires a month or something. And, and that's actually why, I'm telling you. Yeah. Well, and it's also why it's hard to find, like, there's a big thing. So economists are now calling 2020 to 2023 what was called the Big Quit, or the Great Resignation, which means all these people left their jobs. I was one of them, right? Because, you know, after the pandemic and stuff like that, you know, you start realizing, wait, there are different ways to make money than to clock in for someone else. And so people start doing that, you know, start making money all sorts of different ways. And then with everybody on during COVID driven towards the internet, all of a sudden people are like, wait, internet commerce, I can do that. Commerce. And so people started making internet online stores, online trading, online this, online that. And they start making buku bucks like they'd never believe. So now you're getting all these new millionaires and companies. Now, I don't know that, because this is a mystery company, so we don't know what's going on with them. But I'm just saying, if it's new money, then what are people going to do with their new money? You know what I mean? Like,
that's just crazy. Like, of all things, like, we get together, like, guys, let's have a big deal. And we said, hey, let's make a podcast. These fuckers got together, like, let's make our own city.
Make a city.
That'd be great. Like, let's do that. I don't know.
Well,
yeah. And I don't know.
It was like, I wouldn't mind a city, actually.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, I just want to be the first one to start it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going on with it? We can speculate, but you got to be careful with anything like words like mystery.
Mystery company. I say mystery because I don't know the name.
No, I know. Because the thing is that like, I remember when I was working at the radio. I worked at the radio station like 12, 14 years ago, something like that, and there was. There was a big deal that Beaufort was being bought. Now, for those who don't know, Beaufort is like a gas station, but it's like a town because it has a postal service office. So for people who live on the outskirts of Cheyenne and Laramie, they can get their that's where they can get their mail sent to. Anyway, so it was famously like a town with a population of one. Right? It was a town with a population of one. So now, you know, then this different couple moved in, and now the city grew. The city doubled by 2. And the thing is, oh man, we were laughing so hard because no one knew. There was rumor that they were going to change the gas station, right? They were going to change the business, and nobody knew what it was going to be. And so we made this ridiculous sketch on the radio about how it was going to. Sorry, it was gonna be a strip club.
Love it.
That also had a daycare, so that when the dancers weren't dancing, they were taking care of the kids. Yeah, and then they'd rotate onto the stage.
Oh my god!
So that dad could send mom out on a night all to herself and take the kids. It was ridiculous. But here's the thing: clearly a joke, right? We can all hear that and go, "That's not real." We got so many calls.
I bet.
After that, of people being like, "Don't lie to me. I bet that's exactly what is.
That's what's happening,
and that's what's going on."
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh man,
I don't know.
What a combination.
And then I think what ended up just being a nicer gas station.
Yeah,
it's just a nicer gas station. Yeah, they just updated the gas.
New pumps, new drinks.
Oh my god!
A little nicer decor. Anyway.
I don't know what they plan to do with this this new city. Yeah, I don't know. Key, if you learned anything from this podcast today, is that I don't know. That's what you should learn from
That's
this.
right. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Anyway,
so it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Hey, let's talk about on the sports. Shannon Sharpe is now on First Take.
Shannon Sharpe is on First Take with Stephen A.
I love it, man. It's about time.
It's been good.
Yeah?
I watched that. It's been what? I think they did like Monday and Tuesday.
Not upset, but since we're talking about that, unfortunately, I have to cancel my Spectrum service because they unfortunately don't want to pay Disney, so I can watch ESPN in my shop.
Yep.
So I haven't seen an episode, but I was loving the fact Shannon Sharpe's going to be on there. So shout out to Spectrum for not caring about their clients who pay their bills.
Well, hold on. I don't know. It's not.
Listen, this is my thing.
Though.
I don't want to hurt feelings, but the thing is, I pay you to have what I need.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm paying you right now. It's been about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like it's been 6 months.
Right.
And I'm hurting myself.
Right,
I have
right,
given
right,
you
right.
some time. I'm gonna give it 2 more weeks. But it's a little frustrating because I like the barbershop to have sports.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna totally put the blame on you. You guys got so much money collectively that you can't. What's $1 billion?
What's $1 billion, guys? Come on.
I mean, you guys are serving the world, by the way.
Yeah, no.
I don't know how you guys figure this out, but it's getting a little disturbing. That 2 companies cannot agree.
I haven't had cable in 6 years, so I don't give a shit.
So maybe this is my draw to say, you know what?
Streaming,
Angel,
baby.
You're old, bro.
I stream.
You need to stop cable and
I was gonna
stream.
say, we have
everything.
everything at the house anyway.
We have everything at the house. You know,
Yeah,
my wife makes sure we have every account.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got all the great stuff. Thanks to my wife. She makes sure we
Stream,
have
baby.
it. She's always told me, put a Roku in your shop.
Boom.
Yeah.
And we have all this.
And then there you go.
Yeah, no, you need to pay for his internet. And
so I don't know. It's just a little disturbing that I haven't had a chance to check that out.
Yeah,
so I'm a little dry on that. I'm a little dry on
Do-
that because I cut hair.
My thing.
Do you watch the First Take?
No, I haven't. But here's my thing: is that I just like that they chose 2 people who aren't very opinionated.
Oh yeah,
I love
and
Very calm.
don't get hot-headed about
calm.
anything. So
You know.
it's gonna be nice to see them have very calm, rational discussions.
Yeah, I believe all of that is a lie.
And I'll tell you one thing though. It was the loudest show I've ever seen in my life. But
Who's louder?
honestly, dude, okay. Stephen A is louder long term because once he starts shouting,
Yeah, once
he'll
he
shout.
gets in,
but
he gets into it.
but Shannon has his high pitched, like when he used to say skip,
Yeah,
like his high pitched thing, dude. It's so loud. I was like, God, I'm like, okay, all right.
Nah, I love it because
I love it.
I love when my guy Stephen A talks about the Cowboys. That's why I love First Take during football
man.
season, man. I just
He's a hater.
love it. I mean, hate or not, hate it or love it. I just love when he really tells the truth. You know what I mean? He doesn't lie. I mean, at the end of the day, it's so funny. I don't even like when he wears the jersey, the hat.
He does.
And he's just sitting there, just waiting for the accident, waiting.
The accident.
Like it should be his own show or own segment.
Do you think
The
Stephen
accident
A.
waiting to
Smith?
happen.
Do you think that Stephen A. Smith looked in the mirror one day and was like, "Here's the thing: you speak like a preacher,
He does.
you dress like a lawyer,
He does.
you argue like a congressman, but we're gonna go into sports."
Sports,
you know
is
what
it.
I mean?
That's your
Nah,
calling.
like
I
that's
like how you put that.
yeah,
true,
like
I like that. I really do like how
It's true though, man.
Steve, you know, people get that's my coffee sometimes in the morning if I
Same.
didn't get nothing. Because
Yeah,
my
yeah,
man,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
weren't up, it's time. Let's get up. Let's get up.
I do
And he's always energetic. His information is good.
I just
majority of the
like you said, he
time.
tells the truth. He tells the truth, and I know people get rubbed the wrong way when he
Facts.
talks about how he goes in at black athletes. But at the end of the day, for me, it comes down to accountability. If you make a mistake, do you not want us to talk about it? Don't make the
Yeah.
mistake. You know,
And that's always the topic.
that's all what it is.
It's
So.
always going to be this or that.
how long before Shannon Sharpe punches him? Do you think?
I think they're actually good. I think they're gonna be good. Skip. I thought Skip was gonna die a few times,
I
bro.
think they have him pretty spread out.
They
Like,
pretty
he's
wide
over
out.
here. He's
He can
over-
run.
So everyone's in the middle.
Molly's in the middle.
What was that thing that happened earlier in the season when Shannon Sharpe was like disrupting a game talking about LeBron? What happened? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well,
Remember?
there was a few, man. There
By
was
the
a
way,
few.
man, the dude is pretty fucking big. He played fucking
Yo,
amazing at the Broncos.
telling you
He played
something.
for the Broncos, right?
Yes. Listen, Shannon Sharpe was a tight end. He's a
Yeah,
Hall of
massive.
Famer
I
tight
mean,
end.
The dude,
And
about it.
and listen, there are 2 positions in football that they listen. If a linebacker is a straight up murderer, like you want somebody who could potentially be a murderer.
Shout out to Ray Lewis. He was a
To be-
murderer.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
He killed some people.
Like you want somebody who that is their fallback plan. I'm gonna make them a linebacker, but then you get somebody on tight end who's like an assassin.
Yep.
They're like, listen, you're big, you're controlled enough, but when we need you to snap, you can snap.
Snap.
And that's why when I was watching him go, like he was saying something like, "You want this fire?" I was like, "Nope, nobody wants that fire,
Nobody.
Nah,
Mr. Sharp."
I think, no, yeah.
Mr. Sharp.
I think honestly, what happened was they did a great deal as far as putting those 2 together.
They did.
But the biggest sell is your boy Michael Jordan.
Absolutely.
On the Hornets.
So Michael Jordan sold the Hornets for $3 billion. His initial investment was just a little bit under $1 billion. Wow. So he's pretty much tripled his money.
But wait, is he the sole owner? Because most of the time
he was the majority owner.
He was the majority.
Owner. He was the dude.
Yeah.
Because who was the owner? Was it the guy that owned BET?
No. God, what's the name? I can't think of who it was previously because no one matters after they come after Michael Jordan.
Right, you know
yeah, exactly.
Either way, this is what I want to say. When did he buy the team?
This was what, 4 years ago? No, 6 years ago.
6 years ago, he bought it for what?
Just under $1 billion.
Just under $1 billion, as you said. And look at what he sold.
Sold it for $3 billion. But as soon as he sold, you know what it came? Does this count against his legacy? Which drives me crazy. I don't think it should go. I don't think it should go anything. But it's like, see, he can't even own a team, right? And I'm just like, okay, but how many other NBA players own basketball
teams?
Come on, man.
Yeah, no.
Also, it's like, does that count against his legacy?
It shouldn't. But
what kind of question even is that? So Jordan bought the Hornets for $1 billion, sold them for $3 billion. So now we're taking away 20,000 of his points, on his record.
Right? Like, come on, guys.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on. We're now because of that, he's only won 4 championships instead of
outside
6.
of
what
stats in sports and his play, which was greatest of all time. His business looking pretty good.
Yeah,
like we're talking business side.
Yeah,
right?
He was a terrible.
Because you can't mix your points.
He was a terrible GM. He was a terrible owner. Not even, I wouldn't say terrible. He had good drafts, but he wasn't that good. Okay, hold that against him. Whatever. So under the legacy of NBA players that were owners, he's still number one because there's no fucking others. Okay.
I invest $1 billion and in 6 years make $2 billion.
Yeah.
I'm not too upset.
I'm not mad.
Exactly. Well, and also, you got Magic, right? But Magic doesn't own any.
No, he owns a baseball team. He's a minority owner for the Dodgers.
Yeah, minority owner for the Dodgers.
The Commanders too.
And the Commanders now. I think you're right.
Is he part of that?
Yeah, he's part of that Commanders bargain. Yeah.
So it's but business move.
But Magic was always a businessman as well as a player, and Jordan was too. With the shoe deals and everything. But I don't know. It's like you said. It's like. At the end of the day, it's like, he owned a team, sold it, whatever. I think that the fact that we're even talking about this just counts more towards his greatness.
Right.
So where you're such a good, you were such a goated basketball player that now when you own a team, then they're expecting you to have magical basketball dust, that's gonna you know what I mean, make that team the best team whatever. And it's like,
but 20 years from now,
LeBron
will own his own team, and
they're comparing.
They're gonna compare ownerships.
Whose ownership was
better?
That's how you know these people are so great, regardless.
Yes,
and one day when we all have that opportunity. I guess we'll understand what that feels like.
This is a random question. It's just, because we're talking. Do you think, because LeBron's nearing retirement, right? He's nearing it. He's nearing it. But he's nearing it. He's closer to retirement than he was starting.
We can say that for sure.
Do you think he's going to end up going into coaching?
Coaching? I don't know.
I think LeBron's best bet is probably ownership.
I think he'll be in somebody's front office, like personnel decisions.
You think so?
I think people in places is what he's good at.
That's what he's good at. I can't see him coaching kids.
No knock to if he does have a sense for that. But just watching his career, and they always say he's putting the teams together, but he does have influence with the GMs and stuff. So I think he knows.
I agree.
How to put things together.
I agree.
Yeah.
But sometimes everyone, and going back to Jerry Jones, you want to be the owner, the president. GM, bro, people have jobs for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not like you're stepping on it because you want insight, but that's why you have meetings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Give people their position and then let them
and then get out the way.
Well, what's interesting is some great players became pretty good coaches. Larry Bird.
Larry Bird's a good coach
for a while. But then, Steve Kerr right?
Steve Kerr, Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's some that became. I mean, Steve Kerr talks some mad trash about LeBron because he coached Golden State, and they said, "Do you think that LeBron is as good as Jordan or whatever?" And he said, "Well, they both gave me 6 rings." So
damn. Damn.
See, that's one way to say, you know what? Thanks for showing up. And, I appreciate it. It's like they always got to stab my guy pretty bad.
Damn.
Well, but the thing is, I wonder. I'm just curious about that. But I think whatever. Jordan.
Yeah.
The way I read that is honestly the way I read that whole headline is Jordan makes $2 more billion.
He made $2 more billion, guys.
The way I read that was we have no problems with our generational wealth.
No,
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I want to since we're kind of cool with that, we always like reaching out to the youth.
Yep.
Yes.
So you guys know we haven't been on the podcast for a little bit. Busy summer. We was at We Got Your Back. Great opportunity for a lot of the youth to get together, volunteers, sponsors. I want the rhythm and the vibe that you've seen at We Got Your Back for our youth all the time.
Absolutely.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you're watching, just know we're always going to dedicate a part to you. Make sure you guys are good. If you're having any issues, you're more than welcome to hit us up. There's a lot of people in this community that want to see all of you guys make it, thrive, be successful. There are programs out here for you, leaders in these programs that want to see the same for you. And we're just like another resource to a helpline. If we can be. Just know that you're not by yourself and there's people here.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I think I'm done.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I'm gonna go watch some football.
It's football
actually,
day.
you already know how that's gonna end up. I'm calling it now. Giants 28, Dallas 18.
Anyway, this has been a
And I don't know where I pulled those numbers from. It just felt good. So
I don't know what the numbers are. I am confident in my Cowboys tonight.
They have a great defense. I can't say something good about your team. They have a great defense. So I'm looking forward to probably a low scoring game, honestly.
I think it's gonna be I think Giants got a pretty decent defense. You guys just picked up Darren Waller. I think that's the X factor for you guys.
Because of
is he not playing?
But yeah, they're talking about he's probably not gonna play.
Yeah,
game time decision. So I'm not feeling that. But we do got Saquon. Thank you for showing up.
Saquon got his money.
Putting yourself together to be in a good position. But we should have a good game.
And I just want to say I apologize to Fordham for all the shots y'all took on this podcast. That was random as hell.
Yeah.
Fordham University, what the fuck did we do?
I'm from New York City, and I'm asked that question all the time. How do you like Alabama? And I say Fordham University, Syracuse.
Yeah.
And only reason why I'm so familiar with Fordham is my mother used to work for Fordham. So
really?
Yeah.
So nice. Well, there you go. Well, shout out to Fordham. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's no disrespect. Like I said, I'm just saying, I had a decision to make in 2010 when I was picking a college team. And Nick Saban, I liked as a coach. I thought that was a good way to start when I picked the team.
So what's up?
And he happened to go to Alabama.
There you go.
That's how it all wound up. And it's been a blessing to be on WyOriginal again. It's been fun being back on the
Absolutely. I love this. I love
way we haven't had it in a while.
Yeah.
We will have some stuff coming up as far as more interviews soon. Friday.
Friday's coming up.
I want to bring that up.
That's right.
I want to showcase a nice dedication of artists in our community once again. Bringing them on this platform with some interviews. But man, it was a pleasure. Thanks for showing up fashionably late.
Absolutely. Listen, summer's over.
I just got.
I did put on my jacket.
He did.
You just gotta love the process. You know what I'm saying? We always say this, right? It's a timeline success. We can't worry about where we want to be immediately.
Yeah.
We have to work at it. And going through all these little things that seem like hiccups are like great ways to show us that we're still on.
We here, baby.
That's it. So listen, the summer's over. We had an amazing summer. Everybody had an amazing summer. Cheyenne had an amazing summer. Now it's time to kick it into gear for the fall and the winter and the spring to come.
Quarter special.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The holidays. Kids back at school, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and yours favorite, Christmas.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to say also thank you to my beautiful wife, Maureen, Jordan, Jonathan, Joshua, Jojo. That's little Jonah. I love you guys. I appreciate you doing all the things you're supposed to do, making me work as hard as I need to because it's worth it every single day. Every minute, every second. And I just wanted to put that out there. And thank you to my community for
Absolutely. Thank you,
appreciating
guys.
us, what we do.
Yes.
And that's just my little outtake shout out.
Big things to come. Oh, before we go, I just want to remind. I know we had some technical issues. We will be dropping on Spotify and Apple Podcasts again. We will get that worked out. So if you like to listen to your podcasts, on your phones, we'll make sure we get that worked out. So look for this one and others to drop. We will work that out. We appreciate y'all still following us though.
Peace.
Wait. I got one more.
Oh, we got one more. Hold on.
It just never stops. And thank you for the amazing team at Presidential.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Justin James. Thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you so much, Trey. You guys are such a blessing. I appreciate you guys all the time. You guys do amazing work. You help the brand succeed daily. I just want to say thank you. And thank you to you guys as always.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate you having us, my brothers.
Yeah.
Of course.
Thank you to my House of Pain workout group as well. Appreciate you guys. Antoine, Chris, and Marty.
All right. That's it. Signing out for this episode 10, big number. We'll see y'all next time on the WyOriginal podcast. Peace. Love it. See, I love this. This I love.
Oh man, we should have shouted out your shoes. Look at those.
My Pumas. Oh, we did it on the last one.
That's right.
Yeah.